Lucky Lefty Podcast. What's good with it? Happy Hump Day. Happy Hump Day. That's right. Happy. Choose happiness, regardless of the foolishness that we might be experiencing. As a fan base, we are brought to you by Onora Whiskey. OnoraWhiskey.com. It is that premium American whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. And if you're going to drink, by all means, make sure that you do so.
Responsibly.
You got to do it responsibly. The Honora boys are in the building. Now, I did this on purpose, LL Nation. Valentine's Day. So everything was supposed to be sweet, Left.
Mm.
But I kind of put you at a disadvantage. And I did it on purpose. And maybe it was because I was in a little bit of a foul mood. Didn't sleep well.
Didn't sleep.
You ever get a Charlie horse in the middle of the night, Left?
The one in your back or in your leg?
In my leg, bro. In my leg. When I tell you, and then you can't move, bro. Because your natural inclination is to move, to try to make it better, but you have to lay there as it just continues to throb. And yeah, I was in a bad mood for about an hour and a half, bro.
Mm.
Hour and a half. And I just woke up and was like, man, I don't even give a darn. I don't even give a darn. And I forgot that there was information I was supposed to get to you, Left, for today's show.
Is that right?
Information, yeah, that I had, kind of picked up on. And I got Brian Driscoll, put it on the message board last night. I actually talked to a couple of people last night via text over at the Big Ten Network. They contacted me trying to figure out what was going on. Notre Dame is pretty much laughing stock right now, bro.
Yeah.
Laughing stock right now.
Definitely.
Had some NFL people reach out to me. Laughing stock. They all like, yo, what really happened? So I set you up. Because I knew if I told you this last night, you would probably rationalize it. You know. So before I reveal it to you, Apple Podcast, Spotify, CFB Nation in conjunction with Irish Breakdown, all of our great content, leave 5 stars. You already know we spin it different. So, we did yesterday's show and we discussed what happened with Andy Ludwig Left. But I want to introduce to you further evidence of what transpired. Now, lucky Lefty fans, Notre Dame fans, this is Malik's first time hearing this information. So you are about to get the purest response, visually and audibly, that you can get in this situation. You ready for this, Left?
We're ready for it.
Okay. The people in charge of getting the contract information for Andy Ludwig from Utah, they screwed up. Andy Ludwig signed a new contract recently where he was getting paid $1 million and his buyout was 2.8. They got the old contract where the buyout was $450,000. Now people try to blame Utah and say, "Well, that's on Utah." No, my man. Anytime you get something sent to you, it's your responsibility to read it over. It's your responsibility to confirm it. Right? Marcus Freeman loved Andy Ludwig. The coaching staff loved him. Andy Ludwig goes back to Utah when he leaves Notre Dame, pretty much pitching the job to his offensive line coach that he's going to bring with him. Everything's pretty much a done deal in the minds of the coaching staff. You with me, Left?
I'm with you.
Guess who was in charge of getting the contract information from what people are reporting, Left?
Who is in charge of getting the contract from Andy to ND?
Yes.
Who?
Ron Powless, according to reports, left. Now, you pointed out to me that when you found out he was going to be part of the search, your exact words were, "Oh, hey, what's this bull crap?" Those are your exact words, left. According to reports, whether directly or indirectly, there may be some blame to lay right there. That's not it though, left.
Are you telling me this man
Wait,
sleep
wait,
on
wait,
the
wait,
job?
wait. That's not it, left.
How you sleeping? Inherited bull.
Part of the reason that Jack Swarbrick wasn't willing to pay the 2.8 million buyout that he could have easily raised with a couple of phone calls is because he did not think Andy Ludwig was that good of a coach.
The AD thought that.
How Jack Swarbrick is capable of coming to a conclusion that anybody in America is good at their job and coaching, I have no clue.
Wait a minute.
I have a bunch of ideas of how he came to that conclusion.
So wait a minute.
Oh, go ahead, Left.
You telling me
Go ahead.
You telling me that the AD, the man involved in no type of film, is an avid game watcher from the stands, is telling the media or whoever he's telling.
Yeah. See, wait a minute. Let me explain. Let me explain to people in the chat. You know, I'm a 10-year veteran, decade in the third biggest sports market. I know what I'm doing. When I report stuff, you say reported and allegedly. So it's not a rumor. It's been reported. It's on the message board over Irish Breakdown, and it's included in a story where Brian Driscoll wrote about how Marcus Freeman now has to change everything he does because he has devices
He's
working
being
against
sunned
him.
right now.
So we're not playing these games about rumors.
Wait a minute.
Look here.
All of this, Marcus Freeman has done his thorough research.
Yes.
Taking his time as a head coach.
Yes.
Active.
Yes.
Played.
Yes.
On and off the field football.
Yes.
Researched, interviewed, brought him in.
Yes.
Did his due diligence.
Yes.
To the point where he was like, this is a fit for us.
Yes.
And you saying that the AD is so smart that he don't have to do all the due diligence Marcus Freeman is paid to do to win football games.
Left, for everybody out there, see, this is the problem. Notre Dame fans are trying to rationalize the situation. They're trying to rationalize the buyout. They're trying to rationalize. I told you. It's clear as day. Marcus Freeman is the head coach. Jack Swarbrick is the head of the program. It's simple. We don't do. Stop. It's black and white. It's black and white.
Seriously.
Because Andy Ludwig, the 2.8, that's all semantics. I don't even give a darn about Ron Powless. I'm reporting what has been put out there. You can go read the report over Irish Breakdown by Brian Driscoll, who has confirmed.
This is real crazy.
This is what it is. When people put it out, Pete Sampson. Wait. Pete Sampson also wrote an article in the Athletic. Since you want double confirmation, you can go read Pete Sampson as well, talking about the devices working against Marcus Freeman and how he deserves better. We're not about to play these games.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
I'm quitting because
we don't do that.
What is
we don't do that. We're not playing these games. His name is out there for a reason.
Because now, if that's the case,
it's ridiculous. Guess what?
In that conference, in that media session, I'm like, this ain't 9-4 for me. This is 9-4 for Jack.
No.
This is for Jack Swarbrick season. Because what is that?
See, this is Mike Sullivan. You have a problem listening. We said it is being reported. It is being reported. I don't care whether it's been put out there by multiple sources. It's not my job. When there's smoke, there's fire. When multiple sources put your name out there, there's something wrong. Something wrong. When somebody from the Big Ten Network inserts your name in a text conversation, there's something wrong. It's something wrong. It's something wrong.
This goes back.
And wait. This is the sticky part. Wait a minute. Left, tell me. Jack Swarbrick said, or it's reported and been confirmed by Brian Driscoll that Jack Swarbrick made a football decision. Who did he consult with, Left? I'm just gonna ask you. Who gave him the information? Who did he talk to find out whether or not Andy Ludwig was a good enough coach?
He didn't.
Go ahead, Left. Who?
Clearly.
Because he didn't come up with that on his own. He didn't come up with that. He did not come up with that on his own. He did not. Who? And I clearly said, directly or indirectly, did I not? Ron Powell is somehow part of the mix-up, according to reports. I didn't say he did it. I said directly or indirectly. It could have been an assistant. It could have been an intern. All I know is that somebody was supposed to read the contract and make sure that it was the correct one. Their job. Period. Notre Dame fans have to stop trying to stick up for people in this situation because everybody deserves the blame. Everybody. Stop trying to defend and rationalize because of your fandom. This ain't the time to do that. This is not the time to do that, man. It's not. That's what they want us to do. They want us to rationalize, pass it. It's okay. We'll get over it. We're going to be all right. Stop. Stop rationalizing, yo. Just stop. Because wait a minute, just 2 days ago, remember this? Just 2 days ago, these same people, when things started coming out, well, we don't know if that's true. We don't know if the buyout thing is really true. And then more information came out. And then it was like, oh. That's how Notre Dame fans reacted initially. Well, we don't know if the buyout thing is true. We have to wait and see. Maybe Utah's lying. Maybe Utah's saying that from their side. Then the information comes out. Right? And then more information comes out. Oh. And now, well, that's just a rumor. Okay. And more information is going to come out. It's going to keep coming out. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a clown show. That's what it is.
You got
and as a fan base,
doing their job.
As a fan base, we just need to step back, admit what it is, and rock with this team and Marcus Freeman. That's it. Because right now, the administration and what they've shown, it's like, man, stop.
Why are you as an AD making football decisions for a head coach?
You're missing. Left, I need you to tell me who he consulted with. Stop. That's the answer I need.
Oh, my God.
Did he call? Kyle Whittingham was at the Super Bowl. Did he talk to Kyle Whittingham? Did he talk to other coaches on the Utah staff? Did he call the AD at Utah? Who did he talk to? Did he talk to the Notre Dame Board of Trustees? Did they go into the film room together?
I know that they're not watching no film. I know they're not.
Who? Because I know, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure none of the Notre Dame coaches. I'm pretty sure that none of the Notre Dame coaches who loved Andy Ludwig went to Jack Swarbrick and said, nah, I don't think he's a good coach. Who? Did he call you, Left?
He didn't call me.
Maybe we need to text Uncle Reg and see if he texts him. Maybe Uncle Reg talked to him. Maybe Brady Quinn talked to him, Left.
Who talked to him?
Maybe he reached out to Rocket.
Who talked to Jack?
Who talked to him? Who? Where did you get this football information from? Where?
Because it was a football decision that you said you made. And where did you go that was better than the head coach's suggestion? The one that took the due diligence. Who are you listening to over your own head coach's suggestion?
Thank you. Touchdown. That's all that matters. Left. Hey.
Hey, I knew it was a problem when you hiring offensive, defensive coordinators before your head coach. So clearly, what is Marcus Freeman's position if it ain't really the head coach? Because you had to have talked to a different head coach to take his advice over your own head coach that you put in place to win for you. The guy you hired to win for you, the things you did to him in his first year. First year, you talking about, yeah, I know you got a whole guys that you want in, but I'm going to suggest both of your offense and defensive coordinators for you to win for me. Okay? Definitely doesn't work out how we wanted to. Matter of fact, not only am I going to hire these guys that I'm suggesting for you to hire through me for you to do are going to make sure that they're open and interested in a lot of schools as they're trying to coach for you. So, which means that they have 1 foot in and 1 foot out as I'm making you hire these guys to win for me through you. How does that work? Okay, boom. The first year, one already gone, and he was damn near gone before that. You still got a guy that's 1 foot in, 1 foot out with the high chance of leaving because we already know he's an NFL guy, but that's just what I wanted you to do in your first year. Okay, whatever. Now that you think the house is cleared, you think you're just going to keep deciding things as a head coach? That's not how it works here. I'm going to suggest some more guys for you. So the guy I'm going to let you act like you're going to bring Andy Ludwig in, do your due diligence, boom, because that's what I hired you to do, apparently. That's what you're thinking. That's what you're thinking. Man, if I'm Marcus Freeman, man, y'all can kiss my butt. Cincinnati was way better than this. Because what are we doing? If you hire me to be the head coach, and then at the end of the day, I'm making head coach decisions, and I come to you and be like, I've done the due diligence of a head coach to present to you somebody that we need to be paying to win games for you in this university, and you tell me after doing all of that, that you heard from somebody else, that you and him or whoever you talked to, I know y'all didn't do the due diligence I did, but whatever y'all decided, y'all just don't want to do it because y'all don't like them. Y'all don't like them. Y'all don't think, and then y'all say it's a football decision. So I make football decisions that y'all just tell me, oh, well, I like other football decisions I talk to other people about over you. I'm coming to you with a plan, you coming to me with a plan. But we not on the same plan. So what did you hire him for? You hired him to construct a whole football team, a staff, and everything that can win a championship for Notre Dame. And he comes to you with this plan that he puts together. But then he comes to you, but you come to him with a whole plan you put together. So you putting plans together for your head coach that you asking to put plans for the program. No wonder why you missing. If I'm Marcus Freeman, I'm like, what am I doing here? Who is the head coach? Jack? Because it don't feel like me. It feel like it was Tommy. Tommy gone. Now I feel like it's somebody else.
You mean the head coach of the offense? That's the type of foolishness that was leaking out of South Bend. The head coach of the offense. Who? When? Tell me a college coach that's had to do. Who does that?
Who is the head coach of the offense in any other place in college football? The head coach, not the off. See. It's the words for me. It can't just be an offensive coordinator. They soup it up. Soup it up. The head coach of the offense. Isn't that the most layman's terms for football? We would be like, oh, that's just the offense coordinator. No. We're not just calling the offense coordinator. This is the head coach, meaning that if something was a flip of a coin, it could be me or Marcus Freeman running out there, leading the team.
Yeah.
Even this is the first time in college football history where even our head coach has a backup. It's the first time in history where the head coach gotta try out for his spot every season. When the hell have you ever seen a football program have their head coach at the same time of getting his 1 and 2B together, his first rotation and his second rotation together, his first team and second team? He's got to be on the first team or a second team. He's trying to win playing time. This is the first time in history where an AD has made a head coach earn playing time. What you hired a man for to earn playing time? Head coach of the offense? Man, if they didn't want the brother there, just say we just don't want the brother there. I don't care what the players want. You just said that. You should just and listen, it'd be cool, be okay, it's Notre Dame, okay, whatever. But y'all done hide the brother like he was Obama. And don't let him get nothing done. Just working opposite. Like how you? If I'm Marcus Freeman, I'm walking in, my feelings is real hurt. I done did my due diligence. I done brought Andy Ludwig all the best steaks in South Bend. Done treated him right at the hockey game. And I don't even like hockey. I done did my due diligence. Come to you yawning. Oh, Marcus Freeman, it's good to see you. What's going on? Waking up, didn't do no type of you coming off of some administration meeting. He lay it out for you. I done found the fit championship written all over this guy. We got him. You look at that paper about 5 minutes and be like, man, listen, I don't like him. I talked to this other guy, my neighbor, and my neighbor told me he saw on ESPN they didn't like him, and I rock with my neighbor, man. I think I don't know if I want to bring him. What is this? This is the first time in history. If I'm Marcus Freeman, I think I might quit. Or be like, don't call me the head coach. Just say I am the leader of the new school or something. I'm just the head of motivation. Because this ain't right, man. They don't do that to Saban. Just imagine. Bill O'Brien calls himself the head coach of the offense for Nick Saban.
You know how boss Nick Saban is, bro? You know, and I'm not gonna look, Nick Saban deserves to be able to do this. When Tommy went down to Tuscaloosa, Nick Saban wasn't even there. He told Tommy to get on the plane and go check everything out. Go check everything out. Let me know what you think.
No, he didn't.
Nick Saban wasn't even there.
Wasn't even there?
Yeah, he was off handling other business.
And so
hey, I'm gonna send a plane for you. Go on, come down, man. They're gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying? It's like that scene when when Vito Corleone passed away and Michael was in the office for the first time and everybody was sitting out in the waiting room for their opportunity to meet the Godfather and kiss the ring, Tommy was down in Tuscaloosa walking around, chilling, being handled by assistants.
Getting handled by assistants.
And this cat Saban chilling.
Tommy no different than one of them recruits down there. He walking with the same tour guy.
Man.
As one of the 5-star recruits.
Without letting Tommy know, he let Tommy know this my ish. Don't get the big head. That stuff you was pulling back in South Bend, it's not even happening, bro. This mine.
On the phone though. On the phone though, because he wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
Say it in person.
No.
It's a phone call.
Yeah, we're gonna break that off of you immediately. You're not even worth my presence right now. Come down, walk around, let me know what you think, and let me know if you're ready to do this.
And let me know. Man, that man Tommy hadn't come back to get his stuff from South Bend yet. He ain't even cleaned his office out yet. They gotta get the assistants in the training room, the equipment room to go clean Tommy's office and ship it to FedEx or something. He ain't even left Tuscaloosa since. Still ain't met Saban. Saban treat that man like making of the band. Like,
go get my cheesecake.
Yeah, go get my cheesecake.
Walk the Juniors.
Tommy over there going through Alabama hazing right now.
Wait a minute. Has Tommy even had a press conference yet?
No, of course. What? He gotta go do a couple lifts. He gotta go learn the fight song. No, Tommy getting indoctrinated right now. Man, getting strapped to the chair, playing all Alabama's Nick Saban's greatest highlights. What are you talking about, man? He ain't deserve that. What? Press conference. We might not see that man to the first game.
Garen, you wild for that, bro.
Man, that man Saban treating Tommy like no different. You a recruit, man. What are you talking about?
No, this is why I love LL Nation, bro, because we can find a way to laugh no matter what we're talking about, bro. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Junction, with Irish Breakdown via CFB Nation, all of our great content, man. It's the Lucky Lefty podcast. You already know. We spin it different. You know what? I had to step away, Left. I had to step away. And I'm gonna go ahead, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. When I'm right, I'm right. Man. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize to our guy Mike Sullivan. Because I haven't eaten breakfast. I was irritated because of the, middle of the night dealing with the pool, Charlie horse, and then just the information, everything, what Mike Sullivan, man, my bad, bro. My bad. It ain't even about you. It wasn't even about you, man.
It just seemed like things get so hard. About you.
It's just the fact that an AD made a football decision. Maybe he consulted Tommy Reese. Maybe he consulted Bill Reese.
Man, listen. Who is this man talking to?
Man.
That's the mantra of the show. Who is this man talking to?
This man made a football decision, bro.
that he felt was better. Better. This man, Jack Swarbrick, probably spends 5 minutes of football in a whole week. And that 5 minutes of football he spends on thinking about football, that 5 minutes was worth every single minute Marcus Freeman spent doing due diligence on Andy Ludwig. Spending time, hockey game. Nick Saban ain't going to no hockey game with Tommy. He wasn't even in the state.
None of that.
Tommy over there eating that Subway before he finished his tour.
None of that. None.
This man, Marcus Freeman, is having personal conversation with the man. And this man, Jack Swarbrick, took 5 minutes out of his busy schedule about football to be like, That's the decision that's smarter. What I hired a guy to do. I hired a guy to make these decisions, and I'm telling him that I made a football decision. I should have hired myself. What are we talking about? Marcus Freeman's like, this is a joke. This is a joke. What am I wasting my time for? I'm about to go play golf. Marcus Freeman gonna be playing with Steph Curry and Pat Mahomes in the next golf celebrity match. Marcus Freeman hitting the 771.
That cat, man, look.
He gonna be next to Aaron Rodgers. He's like, man, I'm getting caught up on my swing, man. I've had plenty of time because I don't have to do nothing. I don't gotta do nothing. I tried to do something and they told me, you know what? Listen, I don't even want you thinking that hard.
I see our boy Donnie Cruz back live. Hey Donnie, this dude right here said Arizona has the best chopped cheese sandwiches.
Cheese.
He
Chopped
said
cheese.
it's better than any borough in New York. Get him, Donnie.
New York streets are dirty.
Get him, Donnie. Get him, Donnie.
Out of the Bronx.
Get him, Donnie. Get him. Donnie's happy because he's a Duke basketball fan and they beat Notre Dame last night, which isn't a difficult task at this point. Maybe Father Jenkins and Jack did a film session together.
Man, don't tell me that. Because that's only going to make it worse. Because it goes back to why are you hiring a man to do a job that you are deciding that you're making the decisions for him? I've never heard Brian Kelly go to Jack Swarbrick. I was just what's that conversation like? Hey, Jack, I am going to hire Del Alexander. Any pushback? No? Okay. Hey, I'm going to hire this guy to get K-Mad in here. Pushback. No, I'm going to bring Van Gorder in here. No, nothing. Say nothing back. No pushback on any coach decision Brian Kelly made.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. And we've had 3 or 4 in the first year. What's going on?
So someone in the chat asked the interesting question, Left, where do we go from here?
What does Marcus Freeman do in the first press conference back? Because these is going to be some explosive questions. My first question to Marcus Freeman in the press conference. So Marcus Freeman, interesting couple weeks. So who's making the decisions around here?
Man.
They're going to eat him up. I know Pete Sampson going to eat his ass up.
See, look, this is where we go from here, in my opinion. Marcus Freeman has to shift, and I think Brian Driscoll, because we had this conversation, and then he wrote an article. I said it yesterday. If I'm Marcus Freeman, I have serious trust issues right now.
Oh.
So now I'm really building up a wall with my hires. Like, I'm only going at the people that I truly trust, that I know are my guys, that cannot be infiltrated.
All the guys that's been messing it up is guys that he didn't hire. He didn't bring on Ron Paulus. You think Marcus Freeman would put a guy like Ron Paulus' position, somebody that he would really trust? That's a position of a guy that if he was running the program, he's putting his right-hand man in that position.
Well, see,
Ron Paulus came with stuff.
Garen Newsom that's a great question. How can we honestly move forward in a positive manner without trust? Ever been in a relationship where you can't trust the other person? Did it last? I mean, but this is the culture that's been created. And he's not going to give up on his team. That's not Marcus Freeman. He's not walking out on his players. He's not going to put forth less effort. He's not going to stop recruiting or attempting to recruit at the highest level. That's not who he is.
He shouldn't be the shield either, taking all the bullets. Because that's how they like to do. They like to roll out. They put that front line, the pawns, take all the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he should do that either, though. And I think he should have read the fine print because clearly there was a giant paragraph over that said you actually aren't the head coach. You're just I don't even know if it's a placeholder.
Look, Jared Parker promoting him as somebody, that's his guy. He hired him. That's somebody you can trust. You know, he has experience. If you elevate him, then you can add another coach
I've just
that
never
can
seen it.
possibly do quarterback and tight end. I mean, there's some things maybe you can do. I don't know. Daryl Funk, who's out there at BYU, him and Marcus had a relationship going back to Purdue. And you have the what's that? Gino Jadugli, who's at Wisconsin right now. He has yeah, Marcus has to go through his relationship Rolodex now. He swung big. That's what you wanted him to do. The fan base wanted him to swing big. He did that. Now there are other factors involved, man.
Yeah.
Your head
He got
coach
to
is
get
looking around. Your head coach is looking around like, yo, what's going? The last thing the head coach should have to worry about is administration dropping the ball on simple things.
we NDHBCU all of a sudden, man. No type of cohesion all of a sudden. I'm like, why we looking real like we don't know what we doing? Why is there a media runaround? Why are we acting like we can't function or we not hiring guys that can function well enough for the administration to trust? Or why are we, we losing pieces. We done lost a foundational piece in the offensive line coach. He has to think about that. We got to think about a quarterback coach and an offensive coordinator because the one y'all gave him did 2 for 1. It don't sound like there's a lot of support to start off the blocks.
Like I said, Brian Driscoll wrote an article. Pete Sampson wrote an article. And said, like, Marcus Freeman does not deserve this, dude. This is embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
This is embarrassing. Who does this? You were out there left. I talked to several people that were out in the desert. The week of the Super Bowl, Notre Dame was buzzing in Arizona. People were wondering, man, who are they going to hire? Who do you think it's going to be? Who do you think it's going to be? During the NFL's biggest week, Notre Dame is being bantered about, talked about in a positive light. They find that guy. And then this is what happens. And now the same people are laughing.
Because it's only getting worse.
It's unbelievable.
Don't let Al Golden leave before we get anything moving forward. Because,
It's
they on their
unbelievable.
own schedule.
So, yeah, I would look, those are three names that are probably very serious contenders at this point for the job. Any of the big wigs that we expected Marcus Freeman to talk to or take a swing at, no. And it goes back to the decline of Andy Ludwig, as we said yesterday, coming with suggestion boxes. You know that's what happened. Walked into the office, sat down. We're not going to be able to do it. What about this guy, though? What about that guy? I don't have anything against Jared Parker. Nothing at all. He has a quarterback, offensive line, running backs, more depth at the wide receiver room.
Just
Your your average to great offensive coordinator can be successful with the offensive talent Notre Dame has this year.
An average offense. We can get
Absolutely.
an average dude in here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why I should definitely be a
We
candidate.
felt like Tommy Reese was going to be successful with the talent they had this
Yeah,
year.
like for sure.
So,
I think I
but
should be
we
the offensive coordinator because at this point, I'm the
at
only
this
guy.
point, why shouldn't you be interviewed?
I should definitely be interviewed. I know Jack. If it's about something like that, I know him. I trust Marcus Freeman. Definitely trust me.
At
And
this point,
y'all let Tommy do it, and Tommy is doing what? Hasn't won the damn thing. 9-4. Terrible recruits. No championships.
man, that cat Nick Saban is a G.
And I can train the quarterbacks and coach them. How about that? I mean, at this point, because this is getting you can't get a superstar offensive coordinator now. Can't get Tom Monkey. Can't I don't even know if you're getting Brian Leftwich anymore or not. Probably not. The ones you did your due diligence for, they're clearly not even taking you serious on that. At least I graduated from Notre Dame. I qualify more now. If that's how y'all doing it, y'all just making football decisions and it's just
Yo,
I
hey,
qualify for sure at this point.
shout out to our guy Matt D. Matt, thanks for tapping in. How does an attorney know more than a head coach? I mean, he already picked his last OC for him. This is BS.
Pick the OC that was looking for other jobs. How you pick? It's like they was like he really gave Tommy that as a consolation.
Hmm.
All right, Tommy, bro. I know you see what the people want. The people want me to pick Marcus. I know you my guy. But look, I'm gonna make you the head coach of offense. What about that? It's the same thing. Same thing. And if you want to leave, you still can. That's a great deal, huh, Tommy? You my boy. Come on. Tommy's like, all right. And
Man,
dips.
you know what? I'm very interested in the vibe when I walk into the indoor facility for the pro day. Because I stick out, left. So I stick out. So I'm, as hard as we've been going the last couple of days,
Man, it's how has they been going? We just telling it what y'all been doing. And it's messed up. Marcus Freeman probably like, man, where am I at? Good grief. I thought y'all was just handcuffing the offense. Y'all handcuffing the head coach. Everywhere y'all go, just handcuffing some shit. Handcuffing me over here. Handcuffing me over there. You giving me guys that want to leave. Then I got guys that want to come, they can't even come. So what are we doing? You just filtering guys through me to get them better jobs?
I had someone that was a graduate of Notre Dame actually inbox me yesterday. And they were saying how they, along with other alums, couldn't even get their phone calls answered yesterday. They said they were upset and they were calling, and like literally Notre Dame, the phone calls weren't being picked up.
Man,
It's
look.
I don't know if they're trying to figure out how they can recover from this. That might be the case, but the damage is done.
They blew it up. That's why they should just call me.
Yeah,
Stop playing, Jack.
yeah, and
Call your
just
boy. I can save the situation.
yeah.
Because at this point, you don't want qualifications like that. You just spent 5 years with a guy you brought on because he's a friend, Tommy. I am no different than Tommy Reese. Bring me in. Let me get this together with Marcus Freeman. We already got a great relationship. I already know your quarterbacks, and I can
Facts.
make them better.
Before they even got
I
to Notre
develop
Dame.
quarterbacks anyway. I can call plays great. I know what we need to run. Y'all be hiring people like Doug Flutie to do the NBC thing and all that. That's cool. Y'all don't want to give me the NBC thing, but the OC thing, I got you. You don't even have to pay me the big bucks yet, because we'll win. I just want to win. And then you can pay me the big bucks. Jack, how about that? I come in on a bargain. Because right now you need something to save face and the program. Because right now you just doing nothing but getting everybody else rich that's leaving here. You done got Brian Kelly rich. Let him leave. You done got Tommy in a great spot, not doing nothing here for us. And now he gets to enrich another team's life with a better, obviously, program structure.
Just got a text. Somebody in the business. Notre Dame not serious.
They're not. So if you're not serious, then let me come in and bring that serious back with Marcus Freeman, because he's serious. Y'all playing with Marcus Freeman, and he's trying to really do something. Go ahead, call, man. The phone here. Look, the phone. Look, call the phone. Marcus Freeman, look, I mean, you can't, it seems like you can't vouch for much people anyway, because they ain't even going to listen to you. But look, I'll write a petition now. Look, I'll come in. We sit down. Look, we got this. Marcus Freeman, we got this. Just give me the same clothing line they give you. I'll shoot you the address.
Did you see the hoodie he had on at the hockey game?
What? They fooling now. He got a whole designer now.
Dude, he probably wants to burn the hoodie now. That was the lucky hoodie. Like, that was the closing hoodie.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm sorry. He's been put in a position. Where does he go from here? Marcus Freeman has been put in a position where he has to really, he can't approach staff hires strictly from a football standpoint. He has to think about trust. He has to think about other external things, and that's unfortunate.
He can't make a decision based on his own will. Let's put it like that. And I've never heard of that.
He just can't. So, Lucky Lefty Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Lucky Lefty Podcast channel, CFB Nation in conjunction with Irish Breakdown, all of our great content. We appreciate you, Ryan Roberts, and this draft show. State of Recruiting, John Garcia Jr., CFB American.
They talking about we going to call Al Sharpton up there to go Ben Crump.
Man, look, Ben Crump and Al Sharpton in South Bend. It's the Lucky Lefty Podcast. You already know.
Somebody got to fight for this Black History Month. Somebody got to fight for Marcus.
We spit it different. Boy, man, that campus would never be the same. That campus would never be the same. That campus would never be
It would literally be national news tomorrow. Al Sharpton run up there and say, this university, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, Rooney ruled Marcus Freeman out of coaches. Oh, man, that'd be good.
Let's transition left. I love this 23 class. I'm telling you, left. Not just from the numbers, not from the film leading up to their commitments. I get a chance to talk to them and meet them. I just absolutely love these kids, man. I'm telling you, so personable. I mean, eventually, they're going to have to go out in the field and get it done, right? But the 23 class, they won the press conference. They absolutely won the press conference. There is no doubt. You talk about winning the press conference, they did a great job in choosing the ones to represent the Notre Dame 23 class. So shout out to them. I'll credit the coaching staff for that, because I usually give credit to others, but I'm good on administration right now. I'm good on administration right now on several levels. So I'm just going to go ahead and give that credit to
ND Jackson State.
Man. So Jay Nosberry, bro. It's funny because all of these guys have the same story when it comes to transitioning to Notre Dame and getting used to it. And even Thomas Harper was like, "Oh man, no, y'all really go to class here." Like,
You really do that? Damn. See, y'all earn y'all degrees.
like man,
right?
y'all serious about school?
Yeah.
Like we actually go.
Athletes.
And Jay Nosberry was talking about just transitioning intro and who has really kind of been that person to help him out.
But I've been really learning all three of the positions, Rover, Mike, and Will. Hopefully I could potentially become a 3-down back, but I think right now they're looking at me to play Rover. So.
And then speed is obviously a strength of your game, but I guess coming out of the recruiting process, what's an area of your game that people might not have given you credit for?
Right, probably blitzing and making tackles like in the gap. A lot of people just look at me as a sideline linebacker, but I can make tackles in the trenches too. So.
I didn't know that dude was gonna be base man from Boys to Men.
Yeah.
When I started watching, dude, that little dude voice.
He look like he mean now. He look like he mean.
And they asked the question, and all of a sudden you get, so
Barry White, I just get delivered to him real smooth like this. He definitely is recruited and fits the recruitment.
Yeah.
He look like he got something wrong with him, and he gonna go out there and make some plays. So that saying that you making tackles in the trenches is commendable. Now you got to go do it, obviously, but most guys want to be the sideline guy. He's saying, I want to be the guy I'm going to surprise you because I'm making tackles inside the gaps. And what are we famously known for doing? Blowing the inside gap tackles. So maybe he just watched film and saw where he could play early at.
Yo, you're right. That is a strength. And the fact that him, and we're here from Preston Center, they're all being cross-trained along with Drake Bowen at all three positions. Mike, Will, Rover. He said, now this is, the confidence, and this is a very confident young man, bro. Because he talked about his speed, but he also talked about the greatness that's going to be able to give him to make plays and get on the field early.
Yeah.
Coming here early, getting a head start on school, getting the playbook early, I think that's really going to help, contribute to me playing early my freshman year. And, I also took a lot of, college courses in high school, so I had already had all the credits. So getting here early was, I think, the best option for me.
Talk about your game. Where is your biggest strength right now, and what are you really looking forward to improving on here?
I think my speed and versatility is my strength, because I run 4.4, 4.5, but I think what I really have to work on is block destruction, because, in high school, you could just throw kids all over the place, and college, you're going against 6'6", 360-pound linemen, so you really got to know how to use your speed and leverage against them.
He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
he's not fooling himself.
Yeah, a guy that's aware of the legit challenges he'll face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And knowing is half the battle, like they say. So he's saying all the right things. He looks like he's a mature player out there. Somebody's going to compete. And I think it just credit to Marcus Freeman, man. You're recruiting guys that are closer to being ready-made out the box than having to have some assembly required.
I agree with that. Lucky Lefty podcast. We stay with the linebacker position, and we go to Preston Center, who we talked about, man, like Jay Nosberry, all three positions, preparing for that and how that's affected him coming in.
Necessarily, we've been all three of the linebackers, me, Drake, and Jaden, have been told that we have to learn all three of the linebacker positions. So they haven't told me one specifically yet, but I'll be learning all of them and be able to play all of them.
And then, obviously, with your brother playing college football, what kind of advice did he pass along to you before you started this journey?
Just kind of get in here and just get to work. Put your head down. Don't be too loud. Just try to earn the respect of all the other guys, learn the playbook, and just earning the respect of the guys will help you out with them helping you out as well.
That's important. Like his brother who plays for Michigan on the offensive line told him, keep your head down, be quiet. Well, like, what does he mean by that, Left? Because as a freshman, as a freshman, you go into high school just in general, you try to make a name for yourself, right? Like, you
See,
want to
that's
be noticed.
because I wasn't quiet. I was talking shit. So I think it's to each his own. I was
But because of the
definitely.
position you played, was it easier for you to talk that ish?
Yeah, I just feel like I had to say something, man. I'm the quarterback, man. I can't be in there acting like I'm one of these guys that don't know if they want to be here. I wanted the team to know I was here. I'm your quarterback. I'm your quarterback, man. I'm supposed to get right with y'all boys. And so I was always excited on that end, but I can understand the mindset of coming in and working and not being too loud. Like let your play be loud, and then it warms you up to the guys a little bit more from respect level. Because it's just nothing worse than a player that's trash that's talking. So you can be trash and quiet and get the Eli Manning treatment where it's like, okay, you can never do no wrong, even though you trash. Or you can be not liked and trash, and it just makes it hard to be on the team.
Yeah, I think Matt Racky, thank you for tapping in, says something important. Talking about the linebackers, I think they're learning all three positions to find out what they are best suited for. That is something that is also going to give Notre Dame formational and week to week versatility, right?
See, I
Because
always think though, like, man, just give them 3 to learn, and they'll rotate and get it as the season goes
that
if needed.
because Notre Dame plays a tricky schedule. Like,
Yeah.
man, Michigan and Ohio State know darn well they playing in the Big Ten. Everybody wants to run the ball, plug away. Dude, it's
You get
look,
too cute doing that stuff.
yeah,
Just throw them in the water, see how they swim, and then if they need swimming lessons, adjust to it. They freshmen, they young. What's the
right.
worst that can happen? You trying to get they made. You don't even do that regular school. You don't go in there with get a major your first year. You take general classes.
Yeah, yeah. And that's pretty much what that is. Yeah, just generally learn the
Just get in
position.
there and learn football, play some
Yeah,
football, tackle that shit, and we can move on. We over here trying to be like, look, are you a economics major? First class of the football. Like, dang, that's why I'm like, you can overcomplicate in coaching, man. We got a bunch of talent where you think they can do everything, but they can't do nothing if they thinking about everything. You see what I'm saying?
so
If he
basically,
was
what you're
like,
saying, when you play the game, practice would tell coaches what you can and can't do.
because you're gonna tell them they said, okay, you're a box player, because clearly you are getting smoked on the outside. I'm not putting you out there, but I'm
Mm.
not gonna be jumping you in and out and then you missing reps where I can see if you're getting exposed or not because you rotating everywhere, That's why you gotta let guys get reps and your play kind of figures itself out. Because in the season, you have to do that anyway, but it usually works out, aka Xavier Watts. Xavier Watts doing something else. Shit, we need somebody for next week, learning this week. And he goes out there and makes plays because one, he doesn't know everything, which is he can play faster. And then in the mistakes he makes, obviously he can do better the next week because they're so blatant.
Mm.
But if he kind of knows something and he's off a step and he's in and out, and that's a lot to be overthinking, and you just got there. I just got there. I know I was a step late. But if you're not even in the right place, that's an easier fix for a guy that's transitioned to another spot than being like, bro, you got to do this angle instead of that angle. You know what I mean? So that's why for me, and what our linebackers look like now, Prince Collie looks like a box player. Put him in the middle. Jalen Sneed, let him play outside. Nolan Ziegler, let him play outside. And let's see what happens. And then if we move Nolan Ziegler inside, that means, okay, he just been getting killed on the outside. Like we wait too long for guys too. Maris is looks out of position. Move him around.
Yeah,
That's when you move them.
yeah,
You don't move them before you know that they're out of position in their position.
yeah. Lucky Lefty Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, conjunction with Irish Breakdown, all the great content. Leave 5 stars. Leave your comments. We greatly appreciate it. It's the Lucky Lefty podcast. You already know we spin it different. Continuing with Preston Zinter, he talked about the transition from high school to college, which is easier for him because he said he had 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. workouts when he was in high school.
He's a morning kind of guy. I would work out before school in high school, so that hasn't been a real big difference to me. But I mean, definitely the workouts are a lot more intense and harder and stuff like that. So that's definitely been something that I've had to get used to and transition into.
Are the workouts the hardest transition so far?
I would say so. That and some of the schoolwork, but the workouts Coach Bayless puts us through. There's no easy day here at Notre Dame, so they've all been real hard and difficult. But we're getting used to it. It's good.
The first couple of days, hard and difficult.
I can see your mind going back to 2013.
Like, it'll be like, this is stupid. There ain't no way that we really like operating like this all the time. But you get used to it. You know, you definitely get used to it.
Bro, what was the moment, or did you have a moment where you felt like, man, this some bull?
No, I'm telling man, listen, that first semester, because you're not a new guy. It's the middle of the year. And your coaches really recruit, but they only know that football shit. You know? Don't be calling your receiver. Don't be calling Chancey Stuckey and be like, hey, Chancey, where's building 105 at the Menda? He could be like, hey, I'm doing something called Adam or something. You know what I mean? So it get kind of real where you like, oh, this is for real. Like, I really got to be on time. So I think it was for me, it was just the time management part where it was off a little bit, where I felt, because I was like trying to be super early at workouts, you know, trying to show
as a quarterback. Okay.
First one in, last one out.
Yeah.
But the first one in will be like 3-4 o'clock. And you know, at Notre Dame's still Notre Dame, so you can't just be in no building, you know, because them guards gonna be like, it ain't open. We ain't open. I'm like, but I'm a football player. The Goog ain't open for that. It's open between this hour and this hour, you know. So I'm
stop playing. Wait a minute, stop playing.
What?
Stop playing. So you couldn't just go in with the receivers at 1 a.m. and say, man, we going to work out.
What? Man, you would get kicked out. Call police on. What are you talking about? They'd be like, you trespassing. They'd be like, this building is closed. What do you mean? So anyway, I'm up at 3 or 4 in the morning. We working out at 5. I'm not understanding how class is draining for real. You know, I'm not done with class till like 3 or 4. So I've been up from 3 till 4. And then we got football something or whatever. And then we got study hall till 9. I'm getting home at 11, thinking like, I got to wake up in how long? It's some bull. So I said, let me just be on time. And it got better. So I the last one in, first one last is a professional mindset. You know, when that's all you have to do. But when you getting into school, man, just show up on time. That's going to be your best bet. If you just show up on time everywhere, you'll be all right.
Did you ever tap out, workout?
Oh, no. I was trying to play. You know, I was
quarterbacks. Y'all don't live for real.
I was lifting for real. That's why I was straight, you know. Because, you know, I'm trying to catch up with
You trying to say the other quarterbacks weren't lifting for real?
They weren't. Tommy was not lifting. No, he wasn't. I don't care what nobody say. Tommy wasn't no lifter. Look at him. People that was lifting was me, Hendricks. Brandon was lifting for a minute. Deshaun didn't. I mean, Deshaun lifted, but he was already big. Kind of thing.
Right.
I'm not gonna say that he lifted, but it wasn't me and Ev and Gunner, Keel, and Hendricks. We lifted.
Right.
All them other ones, man, they all, they try hard. Ian ain't live. Don't believe it. But I mean, look at them. They wasn't that type of, I was just a real football player, so it was just different.
You throwing out some subtle jabs. You a real football player, so you just
No, I'm
different.
talking about I enjoyed like put the blue jersey on me. I don't like the red jersey.
Got you. Got you.
Let me.
Got
I'm a lift with the running backs when I'm trying to really get. I'm a race the receivers, that kind of thing. I'm trying to really be the best player on the team, kind of thing.
Got you. Lucky Lucky Podcast. Man, I can't believe they locking you out of buildings. Like, nah, man.
Man, what?
Ben
No,
Minnick.
night at the museum. Like when that shit closed, you better be
right.
seen. They gonna get you.
Ben Minnick, safety. How you feeling, man?
It's true. Like I came in like kind of questioning that, saying like they all say everyone accepts you with open arms, and it's true. Like just the type of people that I'm surrounded by, the professors, the regular class students, the football team, the football coaches, it's definitely different. And just the feeling, it's great. It's a great feeling to know like everyone here is looking out for your best interest.
A couple more questions. Favorite class so far, and where do you fit in at Notre Dame?
My favorite class, I've always been a pretty big math guy, so I like my calculus class, my teacher. He's pretty engaging. And then just fitting in at Notre Dame, I'm just trying to be myself, not act different, like around different people. I just want to be me and continue to work.
Let me tell you something. Ben Minnick is going to be able to introduce Ben Minnick is going to be in student government. You know why? Because he blends in so well, dude. He looks like a regular student.
Yeah, he looked like he a trainer or something.
Yeah, he looks like a regular student, right? So everyone's gonna be super cool with Ben, dude. Super cool, just on a real level.
Ben's a cool kid on this.
Yeah, just on a real level. They're gonna be super cool with Ben.
Ben hanging with regular students more than football players. Like how you know Donovan from my class? Like that's my guy, man. He live in my dorm. We hang out,
Right.
You just be knowing people.
Yeah. Yo.
And he must got a better calculus teacher because my math teachers I couldn't even understand. Like they was first couple weeks was tough.
Look, man, Jaden Osbury said he took all of his AP classes and had all his college credits. So he's probably starting on either second semester freshman stuff out the gate or maybe even first semester sophomore stuff, depending upon the amount of credits he came in with. Ben Minnick talking about he loves calculus. Man, I started out my first, I'll never forget, bro. So my roommate came down. I got to U of I was on the full Aki. And my roommate was on, he's an athlete. And I think he had math 1-12 or something like that. And I remember looking at his homework, and this dude, they were doing like algebra I did as like a freshman, bro. This was in college. I'm like, oh. And it's funny because
But you see, though, the difference is that when you're in college, you're not trying to do harder work. That freshman year, you'll take that little easy algebra.
I wish someone had told me.
That's how you get you. Because when you really
somebody, I was blessed.
Out.
I was blessed enough to make it through.
But you're not having the same freshman experience though, as
bro.
You got to do homework. That's hard.
Man, when I came out the second semester, I swear people were like, "Who are you?" That's how much I was not on the yard, bro.
For real. And all your freshman friends is like, but I know everybody.
So I remember when I came down for orientation, the advisor was like, "Oh, you tested out of this, you tested out of that. Like you good, you got these credits."
They got you, Shaun.
Yeah,
they got you.
Like
now you're working hard as a freshman.
We could throw you right into math 125. Okay, cool. Man, I walked into that math 125 the first day, that business calculus class, and the lady started dealing with matrices on day one. and multiplicity of matrices in agriculture. I was like, you got to be kidding me, bro. I'm watching my roommate do algebra, and this is what you hit me with? Man, we can't even talk about the syllabus. Like
20-minute algebra, 20-minute the worksheet. All right, I see you about to build a yard. You coming? Nah, bro, I got this 2-hour homework. Shit.
Man. And it was at that moment I realized they got me. They got me. And it was cool because I have roommates in a triple right across from my room. My guy George, shout out to my guy George from Schaumburg, my guy Greg from Cincinnati, and my boy Chinton, who I'm still tight with from out in the VA. They were roommates in a triple, and they were all engineering majors, bro.
Oh man, they ain't had no life.
You talk about weed out course? Hey, kids, parents, it's okay.
Yeah, let them figure it out when they
It's I don't care how smart your child is. It's okay for that first semester to be a softball. It's okay.
Man.
Because they're going to graduate at the same time either way.
You graduate at the same time.
It's okay.
Let them have free time that first semester. Take them easy courses to let your time feel like you can figure it out.
Man.
Because if you under the gun going into school, you'll never like being at school. You'll never like it.
Yeah, they were like, oh, Shaun, math 125, econ 103, statistics, I'm like, all right, cool. You say I can do it, I can do it.
It's cool. Man,
college is different, bro.
No, yeah.
Because my mindset was, oh, this is cool. This is literally how I chose my classes. Like, man, I went to school 8 to 3 every day in high school, so that's how I'll do my schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 to 3. That was the dumbest thing I ever did in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
The dumbest thing I ever did in my life. Ever. I learned my lesson though, bro.
In the council's office, I need to drop that to pick this up on a different day because this ain't working out for me.
No, sir. Lucky Lefty podcast. We're gonna finish with Preston Zinter. And he talked about, Ben Minnick, safety out of the 23 class, talking about who has been the biggest influence and mentor for him?
I would say DJ Brown. He's definitely like one of my safety guys. He's the leader in the room, and he's definitely taking me under his wing, giving me some advice, just trying to figure out how to balance like school, football. And then Donovan and Emil, they're in my dorm, so they've taken me under their wing as well. Just like introduced me to people, and then kind of just showing how they live like as freshmen. And so it's been good to talk with both types of people.
Now, mind you, Donovan Hennish and Emil Wagner are both freshmen. I didn't realize until listening to him that they're coming in as freshmen, and guys like Emil Wagner are still second semester freshmen. Like they're still freshmen. So it's kind of weird. Like, man, okay, freshmen showing freshmen around, but it's good to see that DJ Brown. That's why they kept him, for his leadership. He gets it. Guys like DJ Brown, guys like Cam Hart, they get it. They understand what Notre Dame is. And if you're going to have guys transfer that over to the incoming freshmen, those are the guys that you want to do it. Guys that get it on and off the field.
Absolutely. And that's just how we recruit, man. That's what we do.
Lucky Lefty podcast. Let's get to some of these super chats, bro. Jason Hewlett, how would this scenario work out? Freeman tells Jack, I'll pay for Andy myself.
See? Freeman should be asking for more money. Why he gotta cut his own? That's not his job to take less money. He ain't on no team like that. He got 6 kids. You need a meal for each kid.
Jason Hewlett, thank you for the super chat. They hired one of the nation's best recruiters for the short-term rebuild. He's not the guy, though. I'm just saying.
How is he not the guy? Because y'all didn't make him the guy. Y'all not supporting him like the guy. That's how a guy's not a guy. If you one of the best recruiters in college football, that's a part of being the guy. You have to support the other parts, like allowing the stat that he wants, allowing the type of moves that he wants to make on both sides of the football, because he is the head coach.
Yeah,
Not
those
naming
are
other
basics.
people,
Yeah,
not naming other people head coach of another. That's stupid.
yeah.
And the writing was on the wall. You don't really see the head coach traveling without his offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator with him on recruiting trips. Or if it's a big time offensive player, he's traveling with the OC and the position coach of that player. He's just traveling with his boy Dina McCullum the whole time. If I'm the head coach, Tommy, you with me. What do you mean? You will have no time to go to Miami because you with me recruiting offense, quarterbacks. You're not just hanging out by yourself taking a jet when I'm not taking it, because you're not the head coach. So it's BS what he's dealing with, because his hands is tied behind his back.
Yeah.
And they do this all the time to us.
I agree with you, Left. Lucky Lefty podcast. One more.
He feels like, I bet you he feels like Lovie Smith had the Bears his last year with Rex Grossman.
Donnie Cruz said, look to North Texas OC. He is a quarterback coach and has coached O-line. The North Texas offensive coordinator. We'll have to dig into him and talk about him possibly tomorrow. Thanks, guys, for this great show today. We found a way to laugh in the midst of everything that's going on. Great content as always because of you guys, LL Nation. You make us the success that we are. Continue to subscribe to the Lucky Lefty Podcast YouTube page, Apple Podcast, Spotify, CFB Nation in conjunction with Irish Breakdown. You already know we spin it different. You know what time it is.
Petticoat, 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 Junction.
It's time to get petty.
Oh, we did a good job executing.
Are you upset with something?
And fire up the Petticoat Junction train.
I just don't like you.
You don't?
No.
What is today's petty historic? Petty Junction.
Petty Junction, Petty Story of the Day, brought to you by Onora Whiskey. OnoraWhiskey.com, that premium American whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. Hey, Left, you ever break up because of the Super Bowl? Ever heard of anybody breaking up because of the Super Bowl?
Listen, it just sounds like it's not a person that knows how important the Super Bowl is that year.
Man, sometimes you cheer for another team, they cheer for another team, and, team wins, somebody celebrates too much. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe you don't like the fact that they dissed your favorite player. No. There was a Tubi commercial, bro, during the Super Bowl where it looked like, they were coming back from commercial and, it looked like someone was going to Tubi and getting out of, whatever streaming service you had the game on and putting a movie on. And then, they kind of just went to black, faded to black. I actually thought it was brilliant use of a small time. And someone, unnamed gentleman, thought it was real. And he thought that his girlfriend was changing the channel. So he japped off and was like, yo, what, snapped off. Like, you stupid. What are you doing? Give me the remote. Da, 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 da. Only to later realize, it was a commercial. Well, I guess he was so upset and he got so mad that he hurt his girlfriend's feelings and she moved out and went back to live with her parents.
Well, that means that it was always going to happen. That's all.
Yeah, you were just, you were waiting for a reason to leave.
Yeah, you
were waiting for a leave. Like, look, it probably is a red flag if he got that riled up over that. It was the Super Bowl.
Now, see,
It was a
that's a
Super
big
Bowl.
caveat. Super Bowl now.
It was a Super Bowl. I'm not absolving him of the things that he said. According to her, she was called out of her name. And she didn't like.
That's Super Bowl, a little Super Bowl in there.
I'm not absolving him of that, man.
Not
All
absolved.
I'm saying is to wait until he went to sleep to pack your bags and move back with your parents.
See, now that's
You're doing a little bit too much.
that's not honorable.
You're doing a little bit too much.
That's
right?
not honorable.
Because it goes both ways. Because I can tell you right now, Chicago Wednesday, I cannot interrupt my wife, bro. I'm not going up there asking her any questions. When it's Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD, back in the day when what's the name of the show? That Scandal? She used to throw Scandal parties, bro. With
You're
t-shirts and her girls. No, facts.
You're lying.
No. Facts.
No, that's
no,
serious.
bro,
Yeah,
I'm being dead serious.
I wouldn't get in between that.
I'm
Why?
being dead
Why,
serious.
why
Like,
would
my
you
living
want
room-
that intense argument?
My living room would be full of women with t-shirts. And I
Yeah.
dare not come down the stairs and say anything.
Have an attitude or what? They'll be like,
Man.
who is this guy?
If I had played a practical joke and like cut the power off or something,
No, ain't no
or
joke.
hit the fuse,
Ain't no joke.
problems.
Yeah, that ain't no joke.
Problems.
It's like why would you do that? Hit you one of them. Now, why would you even? What's up? Hilarious.
Man, that's hilarious. So, look, baby girl, I understand it's a red flag, and it might be a harbinger for things to come. But at least talk to him.
Mm.
At least talk to the young man. It was a Super Bowl. He might have had money on it. And you were playing games.
It's a thin line when you playing games with fire like that.
Yeah. Because I can be honest, man, if the missus came in on a Saturday in the middle of the second quarter of a Notre Dame game playing games, I'm definitely going to be a bit perturbed. Without question.
She gonna catch a couple side eyes.
Yes, sir. Sir. Hey, thank you, man. Have a great Wednesday, great hump day to everyone. We appreciate you guys. And we missed this yesterday, but we do want to send our condolences and prayers out to the families and the students at Michigan State. The unfortunate shooting that took place. A lot of kids from the Chicagoland area were involved in it. And yeah, I just want to leave it at that, man. No need to take it any deeper. So prayers go out and hope that love wins out overall everywhere in this world, man. And we can stop seeing less of these tragedies. So my boy Left, Shaun Davis, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We can talk more about these guys, Jared Parker, Daryl Funk, and Gino Jadugli, that might be coming to Notre Dame as the offensive coordinator. Have a great Wednesday, but most of all, you got to make sure that you spend it different.